This week's Parashat, we have a very sorry episode of Korah stirring up a rebellion against Moshe Rabbeinu. He could not win the argument against Moshe. Everybody had seen that Moshe was the Shliach Hashem. So he turned to making litzanot, making fun, stirring up people, as if he's taking up their cause. Kulam kol ha'am kedoshim. Why do they need Kohen Gadol? We are all holy, we can all manage ourselves. And he brought along a very interesting argument. They all against the mitzvah of tzitzit. Even though that's a mitzvah which is given to Hashem like all the mitzvot, but because of his personal interests and his personal gava, wanting to be Nasi of Shevet Kahat, he lost the ball and he began to make litzanot or the mitzvot. He got all the 250 people to wear garments of blue. Dyed in techelet, dyed in the chalazon, with the color of the chalazon. And he brought them in front of Moshe and he asked, is this garment chayav betzitzit? And Moshe said, yes, it's a garment, even though it's blue, it's dyed with tzitzit, it needs tassels which have a blue thread. They began to make fun. They were rationalists. Rational. Doesn't make sense. If one thread on a blue tassel makes the whole beged patur, a whole beged which is blue, well, if you rationalize on the mitzvot, maybe you might come to that conclusion. But the mitzvot are not to rationalize on. You have to accept the mitzvot as Hashem gave them. Don't try and rationalize. When you rationalize, go off. And there he says, rationalize the mitzvot. So, of course, it can't be that Hashem commanded us to put a sad tassel on a blue garment. You see, Moshe is doing things which are not rational. Doesn't make sense. Can't be like that. And they were wrong. They came along, house full of mezuzah, of Sefer Torah. There's indeed a mezuzah. He says, if one parasha of the Torah on the doorpost makes the whole house patur, a whole house full of svarim, of course it make it that it's not obliged. Again, they made fun. They tried to make rationalizing on the mitzvah. But they were wrong. And their idea was, if the whole people are holy, why do we need a Kohen Gadol? We could all take turns, we could all be holy. We're all holy. It doesn't work like that. A garment which is blue, you can talk, a garment which is blue is a garment, it's a blue garment. You need that little bit extra to remind you of your obligation to Hashem. If you go like the world, we all wear garments with different colors. That doesn't remind us of anything. But when you wear a garment with tassels and you have a blue thread, that reminds you of the sea and reminds you of the sky and reminds you of the Kisei HaKavod and brings you to the mitzvot. Yes, you need that little extra, that thing which is not normally there to remind you of the mitzvot, a mitzvah of tzitzit. And so is with the mezuzah. You can have a house full of svarim. That's a library. You've got a big library in your house. But you know what? When you go out of your house, you're on the doorpost, you have something to remind you. That little bit extra. Yes. We all need reminding. We all need, even though we might be kulam kedoshim, but we live lives which is like the world as well. We need that little bit extra, that mitzvah, to remind you that we are special, we have an obligation, we are connected to Hashem. Wherever we go, we have a blue thread to remind us and make a connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the Kisei HaKavod. Shabbat Shalom.